Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for September 5th, 2017. For your Tuesday, partly cloudy to start the day today. We will have a cold front moving in from the west. This is the same front that we were talking about earlier in the week that would be slowed up quite a bit by a ridge out to the east, and that was still the case today, but we'll start moving toward the area today, and we'll give at least the interior locations scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of those may be locally strong or severe, though, and that will be mainly where the best forcing is across each parts of east central Pennsylvania, northeast PA, and maybe extreme northwestern New Jersey. Is the area we're looking for those severe storms that will actually go up into New England. The best reason for that is the best forcing is going to be right in here like this. So best forcing is going to be closest to where the area of low pressure that's driving this. So that's as far as a severe threat, that's where you're looking at today for that severe threat to be. Let's go over the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 3 p.m. and we can see out in central PA getting into State College here at this point, and they're going to work their way eastward, and again it could be locally strong parts of east central PA and northeast PA. You can see that here. It's really starting to get its act together from maybe Harrisburg and points north and east here, but this is the area that we're worried about for thunderstorms being locally strong is right within here. So you can see the strongest line here shown on the NAM just happens to be within that range, but this gets further east. It's going to start losing a little bit of punch. It might get to about the Lehigh Valley or maybe a little bit beyond that into western New Jersey. I would think I would include western New Jersey, at least northwestern New Jersey here as part of that, but after that point, this is now 8 p.m. So as we go a little bit further, it just kind of dies out a little bit. I could see some of these storms extending, like be still strong across the rest of northern New Jersey, meaning getting over here to the eastern side, eastern counties, from Bergen, Essex, Union, Hudson, Middlesex, Passaic. Those counties further to the east might get into some stronger storms. Morris County, that would be another one. So we'll have to watch and see how this holds together. But it does look like it does fall apart for the most part once we start getting toward the end of the day. So again, starting this off at 3, here's 4, here's 5, here's 6, here's 7, here's 8, and then after that 9, 10. You start getting some residual storms heading in northern New Jersey. I think that's what's going to end up happening today. But we'll watch the radar and, of course, send my pocket meteorologist alerts to those subscribed for any severe weather that is expected. The main threat today will be straight line winds equal to or greater than 60 miles per hour. So not a tornado threat really today, just linear stuff along with a cold front. Now this front is going to get held up here. You can see this is now Wednesday morning. It hasn't really moved too much. You have scattered showers and thunderstorms continuing overnight tonight. And then you get into Wednesday and you have the front moved further east, but you still have scattered showers and thunderstorms that are going to occur on Wednesday. And that might go into Wednesday night as well, as you get a little piece of the low pressure building right along that front. The frontal boundary is right here, but area low pressure develops along it, so it kind of back builds some showers in the overnight period Wednesday night, and then we go a little bit forward from this point into Thursday morning, and you have clouds giving way to sun. So not expecting this to linger into Thursday, but Wednesday will be most of the day will be pretty wet with the scattered showers, periods of rain, probably less thunderstorm coverage though, because if the front already moved through, you'll have less thunderstorms to deal with. That'll be today, basically, this evening, late afternoon and this evening, when you're dealing with those storms, the storm aspect of it. Going forward from this point, we've got a partly cloudy skies here on Friday, possibly a passing shower across our far northern areas. After that, you see high pressure moving in over the Great Lakes. This is going to be a very big player in our weather straight through the following weekend. So we're going to get into Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're expecting mostly sunny skies, cooler conditions, of course, because this is part of a trough, but a very strong high, and it keeps building. It's sitting over here over Michigan by Sunday morning at 1,032 millibars. So that's a pretty strong area of high pressure that will kind of expand a little bit and give a little bit. It's going to turn into almost like a banana high down to the south here. Now we're getting into Monday. This is the 7th day of our forecast window, and we have a major hurricane that we have to watch for. This is down to the south here. This is what the models are projecting may be where Irma is at this time. We'll see. There's still a lot of uncertainty with tracks of where this is going. There's been trends in the guidance that is kind of trying to stick this to Florida right now. Sometimes I will say something about trends. A lot of times when you have all the models trending in one direction, sometimes they overcompensate and they go a little bit too far to the west or whatever direction they're trending, which in this case was west toward Florida. And it might start correcting back east a little bit. May happen. That doesn't always happen, but it could. So just look for that. Here is that's the name here. Let's get into the satellite image. This turned into a very powerful Category 4, and it will not take long to get Category 5, I don't think. If you can look at the last couple frames, now you see this eye that's been, as this is moving westward, has been well defined. But I want you to pay attention. These are cloud tops, infrared. See the black that comes in here at the very end of the frame, and it wraps almost completely around here. These are very, very intense thunderstorms around the center. This is a sign of a very, very well organized system, and I would not be surprised for this to go to Category 5 and not take too long to do it. This is a different imagery. This is called a Dvorak. This is also infrared, but it can show you the whites here. It can show you that intense convection around the center, wrapped almost completely around now, which means that this thing is really, really ramping up. Another thing it has done, you can see the tremendous outflow with this thing. It is breathing very well. I'm going to use some hurricane terms here, so it's not really breathing, but in terms of hurricane growth and sustainment, it is breathing very well. It has created its own environment where it has protected itself from outside influences like shear or little disturbances that are trying to influence it or trying to rip it apart or anything like that. It kind of presents this barrier around it to protect itself. These things are a lot smarter than you think. When they get really cranky like this, they can be very dangerous. So we're going to watch out for the Leeward Islands first, because they're in the first path of this system. Again, it could be a Category 5 or pretty close to it by the time it gets to the northern part of the Leeward Islands. So we'll watch that closely, and then we're going to determine later down the road where this is going. Right now, the National Hurricane Center has this going north of, just over or just north of the islands, including north of Puerto Rico, but barely. But this being this position, this is where the center's going, or where the center's projected to go. Obviously, the wind field around Puerto Rico, around the storm, is going to be tremendous, so hurricane impacts will be felt all over the island of Puerto Rico, even though it doesn't make direct landfall. It doesn't have to. It's going to be coming close enough, but staying just off the shore, where it can maintain intensity north of the Dominican Republic. And then north of Cuba is the projected path for the National Weather Service, that the National Hurricane Center has. Again, some models are trying to, from this point, oops, I don't want to do that. For some models from this point are trying to take this, if I can turn the little drawing tool on here. Where is it? There we go. Take a little drawing tool. Some models are taking this up north from this point and taking it over Florida, either over Miami, and then kind of doing one of these numbers into South Carolina. So some are going to the west side of Florida and then kind of crossing over like this. There's a lot of different things that it's doing, but it's kind of messing with Florida right now and honing in on Florida. But my point is that a lot of times when you have that happen, the models are trying to trend in one direction. They might overcorrect down in this direction, and that could be the case of what's going on right now. We don't have any way of knowing that, of course. We'll find out in a couple days. But as far as local impacts, way too early to be concerned. Any local impacts that we would feel here, again, it's mostly sunny through next Monday. When you go Friday's partly cloudy, then Saturday, Sunday, Monday are mostly sunny. You'd have to worry about that the following week now. So this is a long way away. We have a lot of time to figure out where landfall point's going to be and where it's going to go after that. So no need to prepare for anything right now or worry at one bit. Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is our outlook for September 5th, 2017. Have a great Tuesday.